Our genes have the power to cure an illness, but a gene mutation also has the power to kill. It's why research in the field is so important, and local resources can greatly impact your health.
Fox Carolina's own Carrie Bill tells us about a facility in Greenwood you may have not heard of, but it is making a huge impact.
Down miles of country roads, you'll find the Greenwood Genetic Center. This year, they are celebrating their 50th anniversary, and their future ahead is what they're most excited about.
Will you twirl? You want to do Ring Around the Rosie?
3-year-old Nora can run, jump, and play.
Ashes, we all...
She has met most of her childhood milestones for development.
That's a lot.
But her life would have been drastically different if not for treatment and early diagnosis.
When Nora was born, she had to go to the nursery. She was having some abnormal breathing. So just a few seconds after I held her, they took her to the nursery.
Within days, Nora was diagnosed with infantile Pompe disease.
You look up Pompe on Google and you see terrifying things like death, heart failure by age 2.
Nora lacks an enzyme that is needed to break down glucose.
So it was a relief to know that everything could be done really close by.
Thanks to treatment through the Greenwood Genetic Center, she is able to get a transfusion every week to replenish that enzyme. Lucy says a newborn screening test is the reason her daughter is so healthy.
It was added to the newborn screening for South Carolina in February of 2021, and she was born in August of 2021. And that again was Greenwood Genetics played a role in getting that added to the newborn screening.
The Greenwood Genetic Center is involved in more than just the patient side of genetics.
So this was the original clinic building when I first came here. So that's where we saw patients. It's now the administration building.
The center was started in 1974. And if you're wondering why Greenwood, well, it's thanks to this man, James Self.
His support both politically but also financially.
He was the owner of Greenwood Mills and convinced Dr. Roger Stevenson and Dr. Hale Taylor to open the center here.
He really liked genetics.
He was fascinated by genetics and just what it could tell us about human development.
CEO Dr. Stephen Skinner has now taken the reins, leading the way for cutting-edge diagnostic testing, research, and treatment for genetic disorders.
You always want to be at the forefront of learning new knowledge, but bringing that new knowledge back to the patient.
They also want to educate the next generation to come.
Well, this is pretty cool.
This mobile science lab travels across the state and gives nearly 10,000 students hands-on learning experience.
Particularly in some of our rural areas or smaller schools may not have the funding to expose students to some of the newest technology.
Dr. Skinner is most excited about the future. He thinks artificial intelligence could play a big role in helping us understand genes.
And that machine kind of sorts out, this looks different, this looks abnormal, this is a high priority, this is a low priority.
The goal is to move from treatment to cure.
Someday, maybe, yeah, that's the goal, yeah.
The Greenwood Genetic Center also recently received state funding to study how the mitochondria plays a role in Alzheimer's disease. We have more details about that on our website at foxcarolina.com. Carrie Beal, Fox Carolina News.